आज इस वीडियो में हम आगा खान यूनिवर्सिटी एग्जामिनेशन बोर्ड क्लास 10th सितंबर 2014 फिजिक्स पेपर 1 सॉल्व करेंगे. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट वी हैव इन आवर क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. So here we have our question number 1. If uh, if the time taken by a pendulum to swing from position X to the maximum displacement Y is 1.5 seconds. So as we know that this is our mean position and this is our extreme position, and we have to calculate the time period of this pendulum. So as we know that the time taken by this pendulum from mean to this extreme is equal to the time taken by pendulum to move from the other extreme position. So let's say a pendulum starts from this point A. It takes 1.5 seconds to reach the mean position and again 1.5 seconds to reach the other extreme position. So overall we will have 1.5 plus 1.5, that is equals to 3 seconds, and this 3 second is from extreme position to extreme position, and again coming back to the first extreme position the pendulum will take one more 3 seconds. So overall, the starting point A, the pendulum will take 3 seconds to move to the other extreme and 3 seconds to move back to the first extreme position. So overall, the time period will be equal to 3 plus 3, 6 seconds. So the correct option for this question number 1 is 6 seconds. Next, we have question number 2, and in this question, a transverse wave is transporting energy from east to west. So, this is our direction of the transverse wave. So, let's say this is east, this is west, this is north, and this is south. So wave is traveling in this direction, that is from east to the west. The particles of the medium will move in which direction? So as we know that the transverse wave is a wave in which particles move perpendicular to the direction of wave. So if the wave is moving in this direction, the particle of that medium through which transverse wave is passing will be vibrating perpendicular to the direction of wave. So every particle of the medium through which this transverse wave is passing, it is moving perpendicular to the direction of wave, that is north to south. So the correct option we have is option D, that is both northward and southward. The particle will move up and down perpendicular to the direction of wave. In this particular case, the direction of particles will be north to south and from south to north. So, correct option is option D. Let's see our question number 3, on which of the following the pitch of the sound depends. So we know that pitch is a characteristic of sound that differentiate between shrill and grave sound. So the shrill sound is the one that has high frequency and the grave sound is the one that has low frequency. So high frequency sound is known as high pitch, while low frequency sound is known as low pitch. So this means that pitch of the sound is directly proportional to frequency. Higher the pitch, higher will be the frequency of that sound. So correct option is option B, frequency. Next, we have another simple question. We have to identify the range of frequency that is audible to the normal human being. So, we know that the sound that is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz is considered as audible sound. So, any sound that has a frequency between 20 and 20,000 hertz, this type of sound is audible to normal human being. Below 20, that is infrasound, and above 20,000, that is ultrasound. These are the sound that are not audible. So correct option is option D. Let's see question number 5. In the given diagram, an object is placed at point A in front of a converging lens. So let's say this is position A. इस position पे हमारे पास एक object placed है. Then from the optical center, the image will be formed at. So we have to find the, or we have to locate the position of image. हमें image की position बतानी है. So as we see that this is optical center, this is focus, and this is 2f. So when object is placed at 2f, we know that image of that object is also formed at 2f, that is real as well as inverted and equal in size. So from this given diagram, the distance from focus to the optical center, this is known as focal length. Object is placed 20 centimeter from the lens, converging lens. So the position of image will also be at 2f. This will be the point 2f, and image will be formed like this. So this image will be equal in size. This is real and inverted, and the distance of this image from the lens will be equal to the distance of object from the lens. So if the image object is placed at 2f, that is 20 centimeter, the image will also be formed at 20 centimeter. So correct option for this question number 5 is option C. Next we have question number 6. If an object is placed in front of a convex lens as shown in this given diagram. So as we can see, this is our object, and this object lies between F, focus, and lens, or we can say that the object lie between focus and optical center. So this is the optical center, and the position of object, as we can see from this diagram, is between F and O. So in that case, we know that the image formed by the this converging lens is larger and virtual and on the same side of the object, or we can say that behind the object. So let's see which option is correct. So the image will be formed on the same side of the object, but it will be virtual in nature. So this is virtual and on the same side of the object. So option D is the correct answer. The reason behind the virtual image is that all the refracted rays, refracted ray 1, refracted ray 2, and refracted ray 3, these three rays are diverging. So if we trace the point of divergence of these rays, we can actually find the position of the image that will be formed behind the object. So in short, the correct option is option D. Let's see question number 7. In this question, we have a ray diagram as shown, and we have to identify this optical instrument. So, as we can see, we have an object, an image that is formed by a convex lens. So, we have an image formed by convex lens, and the characteristics of these image are image is virtually erected and it is formed behind the object. So, in telescope, in refracting telescope, and in compound microscope, we have more than two lenses. One is objective lens that is in front of the object, and the other is the eyepiece in which we used to see the object. So in this simple instrument, there it is the ray diagram of a simple microscope, or we can say it is a ray diagram of the uh, magnifying glass. So magnifying glass and a simple microscope as a simple optical device in which a convex lens is used. So correct option for this question number 7 is B. Next, we have question number 8, and in this question, we have a ray diagram of an defected eye, and we have to find the way to correct this defect. So, as we can see, that image is formed in front of the retina. So, this eye is short-sighted eye. So, this is a short-sighted eye in which the image is formed in front of the retina. So for the correction of this image, we have to move this point on the retina. We have to diverge the rays. So means we will use a diverging lens in front of this short-sighted eye. And we know that the diverging lens is a concave lens. So if we use the diverging lens of or concave lens of suitable focal length, we can shift this point to in front shift this point onto the retina so that a person can see far objects clearly as well. So the correct option for this question number 8 is option B. नेक्स्ट वी हैव क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. इस क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 में हमारे पास एक सीरीज सर्किट मौजूद है, और इस सीरीज सर्किट के अंदर हमारे पास दो रेजिस्टेंस मौजूद है, R1 दैट इज 2 ohms एंड R2 दैट इज 1 ohms. दो रेजिस्टेंस हमारे पास मौजूद हैं. These resistances are connected with 12 volts battery. And from the characteristics of the series combination, we know that the total resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. So the total resistance of the circuit will be equals to 3 ohms. तो ये हमारे पास 3 ohms resistance आ गई. Then we know that the current through each resistance is same in the series circuit. So from the formula, I is equals to V over R. So the total voltage is 12 volts and the total resistance is 3. So the current flowing through each resistance is 4 ampere. So current in this case is 4 ampere, and current in this case is equals to 4 ampere. So this is R1 and this is R2. We have to find the potential difference or voltage between this point X and Z. So the total voltage between this point X and Z will be obviously equal to 12 volt, because these are the two resistances that are connected between these two point X and Z. So we can calculate V1 as I1 multiplied by R1, and V2 that is equals to I2 multiplied by R2. and we can add these voltages, so we will get 12 volts. So correct option for this question is 12 volt. If we want to calculate the potential between x and y, so we can calculate by using v1 equals to I1 R1, and the potential between yz, that will be equal to I2 R2. So correct option we have is option D. So let's see question number 10. In an electric circuit, voltmeter and ammeter are connected. So we know the main characteristics of these voltage measuring device and the current measuring device. Voltmeter always have very high resistance. Simultaneously, this is always connected in parallel with that component. While the ammeter are devices that are used to measure the current, and this has always very low resistance, and it is always connected in series. So voltmeter is connected in parallel while the ammeter is connected in series. So correct option is option D. Next, we have question number 11. Which of the following represent the largest flow of current passing through the conductor? So, we have to find the large current. So, in this case, we know that I is equals to charge over time. So, in option A, 10 coulomb charge passes in 10 seconds, 10 over 10, that is equals to 1 ampere. Similarly, in option B, charge is 50 and time is 10. So 50 over 10 will be equal to 5 ampere. In option C, 20 coulombs in 20 minutes. So 20 coulombs will be in 120 minutes or seconds, and 100 coulombs of charge in 3 minutes means we have 180 seconds. So these two will be the smaller values of current. So the correct option we have is option B, that is 5 ampere. If 50 coulomb charges passes in 10 seconds, so the current in that conductor will be equal to 5 amperes. Let's see question number 12. If a 200-watt bulb glows for 1000 hours, the energy consumed by it will be equal to what? So we know that energy is equals to power multiplied by time and divided by 1000 if we want to calculate this energy in kilowatt hour. So power is 200, time is 1000 divided by this 1000, so we will get the energy that is equal to 200 kilowatt hour. So we have the correct answer as option A, 200 kilowatt hour. Then we have question number 13, that is a very simple question in which we have to represent the Fleming's left hand rule. So, according to Fleming's left hand rule, we have a thumb representing F, the forefinger representing B, and this middle finger representing I. So, F is the force, B is the magnetic field, while I is the current. So FBI represented by these Fleming's left hand rule. So one is force, field, and current. Correct option is option C. Then we have question number 14, and in this question, when a steady current is passing through a conductor as shown in the diagram, so we have to find the direction of magnetic field, and we have studied the right hand grip rule for the measurement or for the detection of direction of magnetic field with respect to the direction of conventional current. So this thumb represent the direction of current, and these curled finger that are in this direction. So these curled finger represent the direction of magnetic field. So in this particular case, the direction is clockwise. So the correct option is option B. Next, we have question number 15, the working of an AC generator. So we have to mention the working principle on which the alternating current generator is working. So we know that the main phenomena or the main process that is happening in an AC generator is an induction, or that is electromagnetic induction. That means whenever there is a change of flux in on any conductor, it will induces an EMF in that conductor. So correct option for question number 15 is option A. Next we have question number 16, and in this question we have to identify the process in which when we change the current in one coil, that induces an EMF in another coil. It's mean that we have two coils, and we know that device is known as transformer. And the the working principle of transformer is mutual induction, in which we flow current in one coil that induces an EMF in the secondary coil. This process occurs in a transformer, and this process is known as mutual induction. So correct option is option D. Then we have question number 17, and we have to identify the symbol of this logic gate. So this symbol represent the AND gate, while this small circle represent the NOT gate. So overall, the this symbol represent two different logic operation, that is the NAND gate. So correct option is option D. Then we have question number 18. The output of a OR gate is 0. We have to tell the values of input of an OR gate when the output is 0. So input OR operation is represented by this A plus B, that is equal to X, or the output of the OR gate. So OR operation operates in such a way that if any of the input of this OR operation is 1, the output becomes 1. Otherwise, when all the inputs are 0, 0 plus 0, the output of this OR operation is 0. So both of its input are 0 in option C. If all the inputs are 0, or if both the inputs are 0 of an OR gate, then the output will also be 0. If any of the input is 1, the OR gate gives the output as 1. So let's see question number 19. Which of the following is used in word processing? So the correct option for this question is option A. The typing is used in the word processing. So let's see question number 20. All of the following are the output devices. So printer is an output device, and monitor is an output device, and scanner is an output device. Keyboard is a device that is used to give input. So the correct option for this question is option D. Option D is an input device that is used to give input to the system. Question number 21. The number of protons in a nucleus. The number of protons represents the atomic number, or atomic number that is represented by Z. while the number of protons plus neutrons is represented by mass number A. So the correct option in question number 21 is option B, atomic number. Next is question number 22. The reaction that occurs on the surface of the sun is nuclear fusion. This is a process in which two or more nuclei are fused together to get a heavy nuclei with the emission of very large amount of energy. Let's see another question, that is question number 23. In this question, the process of splitting uranium 235 by the bombardment of neutron, and this uranium is splitted into barium 144 and krypton 92. This process is known as fission reaction, and the fission means to break down or to split a heavy nucleus into two or more smaller sized nuclei with the emission of large amount of energy. So the correct option for this question number 23 is option B. Then we have question number 24. In which of the following reaction the uncontrolled amount of large energy is released? So we know that we have two type of fission reaction. One is the controlled chain reaction and the other is uncontrolled chain reaction. The control chain reaction is used in the nuclear power plant, in which controlled amount of energy is utilized to convert into electrical energy, while the uncontrolled chain reaction that is used in the atomic bombs, in which energy is multiplied exponentially to increase the energy that is produced in this fission reaction. So uncontrolled amount of energy is produced in this uncontrolled chain reaction or uncontrolled fission chain reaction. Correct option for question number 24 is option B. Then we have the last question of this year 2014. We have a half life of an element that is 3 days. So half life means after every 3 days, the quantity of this radioactive substance or unstable nuclei will reduce to half. So how long will it take for a sample of 56 gram to decay to 7 grams? So initial quantity is 56 gram and the remaining quantity is 7 gram. We have to find the time that takes 56 gram of that substance to reduce to 7 gram. So this is our initial mass and this is the remaining mass. So after 3 days, if the initial mass is 56, after 3 days it will be reduced to half. Half of the 20, half of 56 is 28. So after another 3 days, this quantity will reduce to half. 28 half is 14, and after another 3 days, this quantity will reduce to half, that is 17 gram, 7 gram. So overall, it will take 3 total 9 days to decay 56 gram of that substance into 7 grams. So correct option for this question number 25 is option D.